Okay, just looking at the pose first. It's okay. I think this arm should be at more of a right angle. You've got it angled down. If you notice, this guy is a bit more up. And look at the hand poses. This one's quite curled, and that one's somewhat curled, and yours are just not posed at all. And there's a curl to his spine a little bit, and the head is kind of tilted up a bit, and yours don't look adjusted at all. So you got to look for all those subtle details. The hips are at an angle a bit like that. The shoulders are at an angle a bit like that. So look for those kind of details when you're posing your character. The I got to say that you know you never fix the texture on there. You're still showing the UV maps from the Photoshop file. So you're going to want to hide that layer. I believe I went over this in the texturing module. You're going to want to hide that layer and resave those out and relink that up. The hand models look pretty messed up. This texture, it kind of looks like, I mean, it's super stretched on the side. It looks like you never UV mapped this surface. Um, oh, you did, but what? Oh, yeah, it's just that these aren't going to work, these shells. You have to, but that's not why the side would be stretched. Why is the side so stretched? Maybe it's not that it's stretched, it's that it's sort of mirrored there. Um, anyway, yeah, let me know if you want to use the stock model instead. But let's focus on the because I can give you like a rigged character that looks better and you might have less trouble with. So I'm happy to send that to you. You just have to let me know. Let's reset this and just kind of check out the um, where, okay. I guess you just had that stuff hidden. Okay. So we don't really need to see the joints at this moment. Okay. And let's just take this guy through his paces, see if he is working okay. I'm a little concerned about those feet. No, that's alright. Shouldn't be lifting the heels like that. Do you see that? Um, what I might sometimes I just try is just to not, instead of having to goof around with the weights, is I might. Well, let's see if anything. I just deleted history, Alt Shift D. Sometimes I just rebind stuff if they're not weighted correctly and see if the default bind is better because it's just easier. Then okay, that's not working at all. So let's just check that the joints are placed correctly. They look okay. All right, and what about this hand? No. Okay, so let's delete history off the hands and the feet as well, and then I'll come back around and try rebinding those. Alt Shift D to delete history, which takes the bind off. That's all right. Oh, that's obviously not working. Uh, okay. And then you said something about the eyes. These look really big to me. And you cannot have elongated eyes. They have to be spheres. So you have to replace those with spherical eyes. That's not going to work. Um, it doesn't matter how perfectly anything's set up, that they're not going to work. Wow, and you've bound the head to that as well. So, yeah, let's start by just, since this is already, okay, let's rebind the hands and feet and see where that gets us. Um, select a form joint, set smooth bind options, change this to geodesic voxel, bind skin. And okay, let's see if the heels are still lifting up. They're not. So that solved the heel problem. Let's see if that fixes the hands. Yeah, the hands are better now too. Okay, so that was an easy fix for that. The head, let's start by making sure all of these, because because the neck's already messed up, so I'm not going to lose anything by just having all of this stuff 100% to the head. Um, so let's go into the paint tool, right mouse click, paint, skin cluster weights, double click here, head, replace with a value of 1 flood. Okay. And then let's go and fix the neck. So I'm just going to select this and these and isolate those so we can see what we're doing. And let's select this row, and I'll just shift period to grow selection. That row might be easier to see here, shaded view. And those can probably be weighted to the chest. So I'll go here, double click on the paint tool, and let's go to the chest and replace with a value of 1 flood. Okay, and then maybe this row can go to the next one up, which is this joint, the neck joint. Let's flood that. Okay, and then maybe this row and this row can go to the next joint up, which would be neck part 1, flood. And there's the neck part 2. And I think what I would do now is just, it's a little risky, but I might go to the head, select the head, and just select head and do smooth, and just flood that once to just hopefully smooth that out a little bit. And let's unisolate this and see where we're at. Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah, but the eyes, you go through the same steps, but the eyes have to be spherical. Um, you cannot look at the elongated eyes. They just stick right out of the head. You can't have those. So go back, make the eyes perfect spheres. Don't stretch them out. If you need to make them bigger, make them bigger. But the idea was in the modeling stage is to have spherical eyes and then shape the eyelids around the spherical eyes, not oblong shaped eyes. So you can't have these. You have to make them spheres.